I'm Edward Warfield, the publisher of Citybiz, and I'm honored today to interview Ani Paulson, who's the team lead at the AP Group at Marcus and Millichap. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here, Edwin.
So who are the AP Group at Marcus and Millichap, and what are the services that you provide?
Well, I'm the team lead. We're a team of 6. We provide investment sales, acquisitions, dispositions. We like to consider ourselves as a one-stop shop. People can come to us if they need help with the lenders. Maybe they need advisory services. Should I dispose or not? Should I 1031 or not? Whatever it may be, commercial real estate related. Of course, at Marcus and Millichap, we don't do leasing property management, but we're here to refer to right people. So I would say primarily investment sales, but we're here wherever we can to help.
And so what is your role and area of focus at Marcus and Millichap?
My role is as a team lead. The product types we do is office, industrial, and retail.
And can you provide some highlights of your career prior to joining Marcus and Millichap?
And prior, my family used to own small businesses, and then I myself bought franchises where I tried to increase the profit margins and do whatever I can to maximize the value of the businesses, then sell, move on to the next, which helped me with this business because here we also have to have good understanding of finance, accounting, marketing, microeconomic factors. So the skill set's transferred here, but I don't own any franchise anymore, so I'm concentrating 100% on Marcus and Millichap right now.
And what were some of the lessons you learned from your running a franchise?
Well, basically, being in the weeds of running a business, understanding how to increase your ROI, because essentially commercial real estate is all business too, helping our clients to increase their ROI, their cash-on-cash returns, or whatever it may be when it comes to marketing, or if they want to invest in a certain market, what are the economic factors there? What's going to be the impact, the pros and cons, the risk factors, all that just helps me to, having that experience firsthand, helps me to advise them accordingly as well.
And tell us about some of your recent major transactions.
Well, for example, there's one I'm very, very proud of because it was an office building for $16.7 million in Charleston. We disposed it around summertime, maybe June, July. And we competed against 2 other major national firms. We won the competition, but most importantly, we delivered the results. We did, it was a $2 million difference between our valuation and theirs. And those are top teams, top firms in the nation, matter of fact. So the building, again, is located in North Charleston. It's consisting of DoD tenants on North Thread Avenue. We had another one, which earlier this year was under contract with a different firm. 4 or 5 months later, we put it under contract and we sell it for $1 million more, which is Shinsho Industrial Building in Aiken, South Carolina. So needless to say, we did win a lifelong client after that transaction. But most importantly, what I like to mention, of course, we have these big deals we can talk about. We can tell you about these great deal stories. Anybody can pick up a phone, call our clients, and verify information. But some of the ones that I like the most is the ones where I dealt with mom and pop, small owners that used to operate their businesses from that building before. And they want to dispose of it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand commercial real estate. And they come to us, we help them. Recently, one of the ladies, she called me. I can't tell you how grateful I am. Not only you sold it for more than what I had listed for 1 year with a different brokerage firm, but you sold it right on time because not only she was ready to retire after 30 years of running a daycare business, but unfortunately they discovered that her son had brain tumor. And she's like, this was perfect timing where I can go and take care of my son. So some of these smaller actually stories is what gets me going in this business. Because I have the big ones and they're great, they're amazing, but often helping these owner users just makes me so happy.
So who are some of the other members of the team?
I have Pierce Vogler, who's a CPA. He used to work at KPMG. He's been actually one of my first team members. He's great. I have CJ Wilson, who graduated from Furman. He does office, medical office. We recently hired a former Navy SEAL, Riley Harder. He does retail and industrial. We have Joe Velasquez, who moved from the Philly Marcus office to Charleston and joined my team. Also concentrates on retail. And we're looking to hire more for Atlanta office in Charlotte. So we're open to applicants.
And so, what are your strengths as a broker for current and potential future clients? What should they be aware of?
What they should be aware of is it's a low barriers of interest in entry. Everybody can become a broker these days. And it's so important to understand, although at Marcus and Millichap, we do our best to vet before we hire, some firms just don't. And in this case, we're dealing with people's most expensive assets. It's so important to hire somebody that has great track record, is with a great firm, knows what they're talking about. Because essentially, we've seen this before, like I mentioned earlier, clients can leave millions of dollars or hundred thousands of dollars on the table if they don't hire the right broker. So interview with your broker, call the clients they worked with, check their endorsements, do proper due diligence before you hire. And I see this all the time, that people hire somebody they went to school with just because they went to school with them, or some kind of family connection. But this is in the business world. This is not something to just do favors and hire a broker. To do proper due diligence before they do so.
And what are some of the key attributes of the Charleston market?
It's a multi-tier economy, right? So it's very well diversified. We have the port. We have great manufacturing plants like Volvo, BMW, Boeing, and many others. Tourists, it's always voted as the number one tourist destination in America. Then we have a ton of great colleges. So when a recession happens, for example, in 2008-9, many would quote, again, quote unquote, a recession-proof market. Or during COVID, we bounce back quicker because it's a multi-tier economy. So we do advise our clients also when we help them to invest nationally, because we do help them, California, Northeast, Southeast, you name it, to look for these kind of like fundamentals. Because we do see markets that are primarily tourist-driven, or are not very well diversified like Charleston. So those are some of the key fundamentals for our market.
And what are some of the diversity initiatives taking place at Marcus and Millichap?
Yeah, the firm does a great job with partnering with Crew, Commercial Real Estate Women. It's a great organization that empowers, encourages women to join the industry more, or African American real estate professionals. There's another great one. It's called REAP, Real Estate Associate Program, which we try to team up with all these different companies and encourage people to apply for Marcus and Millichap. Reach out to us. We have a great lady who is the head of our diversity, equity, and inclusion department, and her name is Unia Lubega. She would love to talk with people and see whatever we can help them with to apply and see if this is a good fit at the end of the day. Because the last thing I want to say, if you're a woman, apply for this job. If you're a person of color, apply. No, we have to make sure it's also something you're going to enjoy. Do you have the other fundamentals? So we try to help people. We talk with them and reach out to me, Ani Paulson. I have many females or minorities reach out to me on LinkedIn and ask me questions if this might be something that's a great fit for them. So on a corporate level or local, agents, our agents are very great. We just encourage people to reach out, see what are the incentives out there for them.
And how have you seen the evolution of female agents in the industry?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't say I've seen it much. Maybe I've seen it more in leasing or property management than investment sales. But definitely there is a change 20 years ago or 10 years ago versus now. We see more. I personally hired female interns that became then my full-time assistants that they're looking to transition to full-time brokerage right now. So I wouldn't say it's quite where we want to be, but that is why we want to encourage them to reach out and explore this more and see maybe this is something they want to do. There are some people who are they want to have a 9 to 5 job and stable income. And there are some people like me that want to work 12-hour a day on weekends, and sky's the limit. Maybe it's a good personality fit, but they wouldn't know if they wouldn't reach out.
And so why should women consider a career in commercial real estate?
I would like to mention a few reasons at least. One of the reasons, as we mentioned before, is world of opportunities. It's not a job, it's a career. Second, career advancement. Sky's the limit. Again, it's something, it's not for everyone. If women feel like they're type A, they dream big, they have all this motivation and drive, this is definitely something they should explore. Number 3, it's very interesting. Actually, I had a long drive back from Atlanta to Charleston, and I was listening to Joe Rogan's and Jordan Peterson's podcast. And Jordan Peterson was mentioning that there has been a recent study done that women tend to be more people-oriented, which makes them a perfect fit for advisory services, which, of course, yeah, we help with acquisitions, dispositions, but everything starts from advisory services. So, obviously, the woman should be business-minded, business-oriented, understand what they're talking about. And combine that with being more of a people's person, genuine, makes a perfect fit. I would encourage women to at least explore this opportunity. Reach out to me, reach out to different people in the industry, see if this might be something for you.
And so what are your future plans?
Future plans are to expand more in the Southeast, hire more juniors in different states here. Later, that's within 2 to 5 years. Later, maybe expand in the Northeast, having team members in every region. Of course, working for a national firm, we don't have to physically be in every single market, but to have juniors in key markets, like we're trying to hire for Atlanta right now or in Charlotte. So the future plan is just the team expansion.
And is there any part of your personal story or the Marcus and Millichap story that you haven't shared with us that you'd like to share with us as we close out this interview?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I will say personally. So I do come from a small country, Armenia. And one thing, I lived in America for 23 years. I lived there for 10, but I travel a lot. And one thing I do like is when you're living in a land of opportunity, like America is, it's a land of opportunity. Many countries would love to have what we have here in every industry, right? But most importantly, also the firm, like Marcus and Millichap, we do create so many opportunities within the land of opportunity. So to not take it for granted and try to leverage it and see what you can do for you, your family. But that's I think one of the things that I see people take for granted is having the opportunities.
Well, Ani, I want to thank you for telling your personal story and the Marcus and Millichap story. And it's exciting to see women making some progress in commercial real estate. So thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your story. And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Edwin. And most importantly, I just want to end with, if I can do it, and we have some successful women in the firm, other women can do it too. They just need to explore it. And I would love to talk with more women, and please reach out to me on LinkedIn or via email, call me, let's chat. Thank you so much, Edwin.